And we are back. And we are back. It was, I applaud the justice, because I'm just claiming that that's what she is going to be. She handled it very well. For those of you who may not know, her husband is Paul Ryan's brother. And, you know, he is a surgeon who has been very, very supportive as his wife. I am so proud of her that I believe that she embodies all of the requirements to be an excellent justice. She's young. Now remember, 2013, she was a federal judge back when she was 40. Okay, so she's been doing it. She's been handling her business. But she still identifies as a Black woman. That is critical. Because many times what I have seen is that people will get the support of Black people and abandon them when there are crucial issues that come up. As I've indicated, she can only interpret the law, but don't interpret the law in a vacuum. Okay, let's be realistic in dealing with day-to-day challenges, etc., when you apply it. And that is the true essence of a great judge, is that despite the fact that you do have to follow the law, listen to the facts and make an appropriate finding. I can say for myself, and obviously I've not, I did not sit in a court of that magnitude. But at the same time, there were times that I had to do my job. There were people who I knew were racist, had made very, very racist statements, but the law had to apply to them just like it would somebody I aligned with. But if there was something that displeased me, I would deal with that probably more in my sentencing, because you're called upon to be neutral and to apply a law. Now, if you got a problem with the law, which people do, that's something you got to take up with the legislature. For many years, when I first was elected, when you had possession with intent to deliver over 650, that was mandatory life. After many years, the legislature, Supreme Court made a finding that, that was unconstitutional, and then they, changed the penalty for that. Did I agree? No. But did I have to follow it? Absolutely. This baiting someone down a rabbit hole to discuss whether or not they agree is transgender, woman, whatever, you are asking moral questions. What I had to remind many people who came before me is that I was elected to interpret the laws of man, but I was not worthy, nor is any judge that is elected, appointed, whatever, worthy, in my opinion, to sit on a court of morality. That's God. That is an essence of, that's God's job. And no man or woman should sit on the court of morality. That's God's job. But she wanted to debate her. It was very immature. It was not very informative. And then when she got these documents wrong and she tried to put the icing on a failed cake, it just really looked bad. It's not necessary. But there is an intent, a desire to, at any means necessary, to push this agenda about obviously right to life. You know, as she said, the Constitution grants us the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, not abortions. She trying to throw that in. Then talk about the situation with the swimmer, and to talk about, is a man who is a person who is biologically born as a man, can they be deemed a woman? You listen, look, the law is the law. Your job is to interpret the law. Okay, that's it. Okay, so you need, but come on now. All right, you know, okay, Tennessee State beauty pageant lady, go sit down somewhere. You try to do something that just you weren't. That ain't your lead. Okay, that's just like if Justice Brown Jackson, I'm calling her Justice Brown Jackson, was tell the difference between you know, a concealer and a facial polish. She might not know, because she don't look like she into that. Nor do I know, because I don't wear it either. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. But it made you look very silly, in my personal opinion. The questions didn't probe anything. They were made to excite her, which did not work, as well as they were made to invoke some type of uprising in her, which, in my opinion, was handled very well. As she indicated to her, look, I am not a biologist. I am not a biologist. And my thing with, I'm not a biologist, nor am I God. Don't get into that. She held her own. And that is what we expect from people, Black people, who are being considered for high positions like that. Let me tell you, I believe them. I know in my heart it's coming to pass, and she is going to get that. But what I do want, would you all, do we have enough time to play that little clip from the senator?
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Yeah.
I can't.
You can?
Not in
Okay.
this context. I'm not a
The
biologist.
meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the law and I decide.
Well,
so I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
Now let's stop there. I would applaud her use for the words fundamental and underscores. Those are legal words. But in that context, no, they didn't make sense. Okay. All right. Now, how a child is going to proceed is she need to stop. Okay. But she wanted to be controversial. This is another attempt of being conservative, uninformed, and making silly statements. She was just acting just like Donald Trump, and then you're gonna take to Twitter like you doing something, and you didn't even research it, and you don't even know the difference between a Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Beauty pageant ladies, sit down. Okay, that's just what I'm saying. All right, just stop. I know that Judge Jackson, Justice, she's going to be in there. I'm so proud of her. I can't say enough. When you look at women in the law, okay, and let me just say this to you, and I'm going to be there with you. I did not know how challenging I'm thinking, you just want to, serve and do your job. Let me tell you how it is very, very challenging because it's very, very political. It's not what you just want to be able to, listen to facts and apply the law. No. It's very political because at her level, you have different interest groups competing. And when I tell you, it is not uncommon, for those groups to reach out to your husband, to try to influence your child, to influence the circle in which you run. I can't imagine. But what I will say is that I knew that Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was looking down and saying, "You got this. I'm proud of you." And those were big feet, big shoes to fill. Well, let me tell you, Justice Jackson, she filling them. We'll be back with some callers and comments, and then we're going to, talk about something a little lighter. I hope that you all are enjoying this, and we'll be back shortly.